What is up, beautiful people? So I'm going to be doing a what's in my gym bag video. Now, I kind of had 2 gym bags, I'm kind of cheating. It's my day bag that I tend to take to the gym almost every session. Okay, so the first bag is just a simple drawstring bag. It's just so I can throw this around the gym. I did have a bigger bag, but realistically it just wasn't very efficient to get in the space. It was a bit silly, and this just helps me simplify things a little bit. That's a bad idea. Cool, so let's start off. We have squat shoes. I think these are the Ep.3s, I don't know. I bought the 4s, or whichever ones are the new ones of the ones that I think they are. I don't fucking know. Like I said, I did buy the new ones, I didn't like them. So I've kept these. They're a little bit more worn in. The heel on the other one was a bit more aggressive, and the toe box was a little bit too narrow. So I'm keeping these, which means I've got a pair that I need to sell. Another time. I also have some of the notorious lift slippers. I used to have the A7 ones, but they fell to pieces. These are alright. I don't like them a lot because the insole still shifts around a fair amount and they're not actually that solid, but the grip around the front of the foot helps a lot. So squat shoes only for squats. These I use just for bench. For deadlifts, I take the same pair of Converse everywhere. Probably should have had those here. So that's shoes, nice and simple. Now, depending on the session, let's say we're doing squats, I need 2 items to go with every session. Same thing for bench, 2 items, deadlift, 2 items. So if it's squats, I have 1 pair of knee sleeves at the moment. I used to have 2, but I'm just trying to simplify. They're a pair of smalls, which just means they're too fucking small. I need mediums, but they just feel a bit better. And so to go with these is 1 deadlift sock. If you don't know this trick, you fucking should. So all I do is put 1 deadlift sock on, pull the sleeve up over the top so it slides up, then pull the sock off. Simple, but really, really helps, especially because they are quite tight and it's sweaty at the minute because it's hot. So quick tip. Now, if I've got squats or bench, I use the same wrist straps. I know people swap between a couple ones. These are the A7, I think these are the meter long ones. They're not terribly stiff. Like, just stiff enough for me. I don't want them to be too much because I can't get any movement in my wrist. I do like to roll my wrist back, especially when I bench, but I want the support once it's there, but I can't get in that position if they're too stiff. So these have been my go-to. Bear in mind, all of this kit is 2, 3, 4 years old. Maybe longer, I don't really know anymore. I don't really rate just buying kit for the sake of it. I do have a pair of straps which are worn to shit and probably going to snap soon. They're from Tough Wraps, and I rate these, so they're leather. They just feel a bit better, they wrap a bit tighter than the material ones. Straps from places like Gymshark and My Protein are shit. If you're using them, swap them out. These are substantially better. I pull with straps a lot. I've never had a grip issue. I've done static holds with like 320 off of a rack just to make sure I can hold it. But I find that pulling with symmetry year round has just reduced my injury risk. Maybe it's just my deadlift, who knows. And then I have 1 screwdriver. Now, my belt doesn't need this. I'll get to the belt in a second, but someone always does. So I leave it in the bag. Phillips head, if you use a lever belt, an adjustable lever belt, then these can be helpful. Or I just look like I'm a mental person. Maybe I shouldn't have that in my bag. Bandana, headband, what? Because they're helpful. I get sweaty, I've got long hair, I need a haircut, leave me alone. I have talc, deadlift days, just on my thighs. I don't use very much at all. Commercial gym, I don't want to take the piss, but it helps a lot. Again, sweaty at the minute. Then I have Obsidian smelling salts. These were a present from my girlfriend for my birthday, and I've used them a couple of times. I don't overuse anything for stimulus. That's why there's no pre-workout in here at the moment. There used to be. These are fucking quality and they will blow your head off. If you've never used them, give them a try, or just throw them in front of your mate's face. It's very funny. Then I have a 3D printed deadlift jack. Now, it's nothing major, but it's pretty fucking solid. I can't break it if I try to. Imagine if I snap that right now. But it just means that I can roll plates onto it. Some gyms don't have deadlift jacks. I'm not gonna be a dickhead and complain about it. Just made an alternative. So this has been my bag for like 5 years. And then I have my lifting belt. Now, I've had a few different ones. This one is actually broken because I'm a dipshit, and the pins have come out, it's wrecked, they're a nightmare to get back in. Like this one is currently jammed again. There you go. Sometimes they're properly jammed, I have to hit it with a deadlift jack. It works. The SBD belt is pretty unmatched, to be honest, at this point. I think everyone knows that. But then there's my second bag. Now, my second bag is actually a Gymshark bag. I would disgrace myself, but I bought it because of the shape and the fit. So for me, every day I need an amount of stuff. I usually go to work at another place of work for me, or I go to a coffee shop, or I'm out doing other editing bits. So normally that camera is in here. That is the Sony A7 III with a 35mm Sigma lens. I think it's 1.8, something like that. So that lives in here in one of the compartments. Always have a spare monster, literally fucking always. I have a converter for USB-C to SD card reader, a laptop charger, but that's USB-C, so it charges the camera, my laptop, some other stuff. At the moment, spare headphones, because I had lost my headphones. These are the Skull Candy Skull Crushers fucking phenomenal if you like overhead headphones. I hate overhead headphones because they fall off when I deadlift. So again, a present, I got the AirPods Pro. Rate these. These are fantastic. Working at a laptop, these can be really good for sound cancelling or allowing sound through. Cool feature. Spare deodorant, always, just because after the gym, if I've got to go work in a coffee shop, I need to be socially acceptable. I have both cables, a USB, lightning port to USB-C, something like that. So there's always a plug in there. Love that. That's just so satisfying. I have a spare squares bar, post-training food. You can never be too sure. All of my cards in a snazzy card holder. Spare pen, but that's not interesting. And then in the back of this, actually, I have a MacBook Pro. I couldn't remember that for a second. I absolutely adore this thing, live off it. I change the shell on it occasionally to look after it. It's the best thing I've ever bought. I absolutely love it. Obviously, I've got my computer set up back there, but this is phenomenal. And they're my 2 bags. Sometimes there's other bits in here. Normally in the top compartment, I keep like a spare top because I change while I'm training. I'm that guy. But that's everything. Nice and simple. The 2 bags is probably excessive. I could go for 1 bigger bag, but I don't always want my gym stuff. I don't always want my camera gear, and so on. So that is what's in my gym bag, life bag, bit of both, kind of a cheat, bit of clickbait. If there's anything you want to see or you want to know more about the individual items, happy to go into that. Otherwise, I'll speak to you beautiful people soon. Peace.